Hi everybody, it's Gemma. Welcome back to Pampered Wolf. Today is going to be the next installment in the series, A Full Face Of. I actually forgot to film this intro. I've been downstairs about 2 hours and then realised, I forgot to film the intro. Oopsie poopsie. Back upstairs we go with a hoodie on. This is not what I was wearing earlier to film this video. Anyway, we're going to be filming a full face of Hourglass today. This has dented a serious hole in my bank account. There is a little pot of luxury inside every single one of these little boxes. But will I be seduced by the fancy packaging? I'm not going to lie, probably. You know I like a little bit of nice packaging, but will the products inside the fancy packaging actually be any good? I'm going to tell you, stick around, let's get some of this on. Okay, so as you can see, I already have my brows done because I didn't pick up a brow product from Hourglass, and I already have a little bit of my eye makeup done because, again, I didn't pick up any eye products from Hourglass either. I'm going to start off with a primer, and usually I don't do this because I'm not a huge fan of primers, but having tried the foundation that I'm going to use every which way, it definitely works better with a primer. Now, if you have seriously dry skin, I recommend that you do get a hydrating primer, but the primer that I'm going to be using today is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This is really beautiful. It's £49 for the normal size in the UK, $54 in the US. But the one thing I really love Hourglass for is they also sell it in a really big size. If you love this product and you want to buy the jumbo size for even more great value for money, you can do. I think that's around about $70 odd and £68 or so. But you're getting double the amount of product, so it's a lot better value for money if you absolutely love this product. Or they also do a travel size product, so if you're not sure if you're going to absolutely love this product, and let's face it, not everybody can afford £49 for a primer. If you want to just try out a little bit of luxury for a little bit of a treat, you can try that out for a fraction of the cost. Obviously, you're getting a lot smaller bottle, but it allows you to try it out, and I think that's so, so good. I haven't actually bought it. When I bought all the rest of the products, I got a little sample from Harvey Nicks, which is where I bought all the other products from. And I really like this primer. I really do like it. Even though I have semi-dry skin, I find that this works really nicely on my skin. It smooths all my fine lines and wrinkles and my pores out and just lets the foundation glide onto my skin a little bit better than it does if you're just applying the foundation stick to your skin. So not only does this smooth everything out and make your makeup last a little bit longer throughout the day, it's also completely waterproof, and it's got an SPF of 15 in there. So it adds a little bit of protection. Let's move on to the foundation. I've actually got one of the older foundations from Hourglass. I didn't pick up the liquid foundation because it didn't have great reviews. If you want me to review the liquid foundation, if you're more interested in that rather than the stick, then please do let me know and I'll be happy to do that for you. Now, this is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. It's £42 in the UK, $46 in the US, comes in 32 different shades. I've gone for the shade Porcelain, which is not the palest shade that they do, which I was super, super excited about. You get 7.2 grams of product in here for your money. I am going through it quite quickly because I like a medium coverage, but this can be a sheer coverage. If you apply a little bit of moisturizer to the end and blend that out with the foundation, you can get a beautiful sheer glow with this, or you can build it up to full coverage, but I am a medium coverage girl. It's a beautiful foundation, it's long wearing, it's waterproof, it gives a weightless feel, and it can also be used as a concealer. But I do feel unless you apply a lot of hydrating primer underneath the eyes, this can be quite drying. But I mean, do you feel the same? Have you tried this already? If you are a member of the Pampered Wolf Pack and you want to let all the other pack members know what you feel about this foundation, then do let everybody know in the comments section below. Let's get some of this on. Now, like I said earlier on, I do feel like this does sit in the pores if you don't use a primer. If you have really dry skin, I would advise that you use a really hydrating primer, because although this is absolutely beautiful, this foundation, I do feel like it's not necessarily targeted for people with dry skin. Look how beautifully that's blended out. Really, really lovely. A little bit of a difference if I don't use the primer though, which makes this foundation extremely expensive if you're having to buy the primer as well. I do think this blends out better with a brush because it is quite a stiff product. So I find that I get a better result if I'm blending it out with a brush rather than struggling with a blending sponge. But if you've used this quite happily with a blending sponge and you feel you get a really good result, then do let everybody know in the comments section. Spread the knowledge. This gives a really nice natural sheen to the skin. As you can see, the light's quite bright. This is making me look like a ghost on camera, but it actually doesn't in real life. When I'm looking at it in the mirror that's in front of me, it's very, very much my skin colour. I have added a little bit of hydrating primer underneath my eyes, so let's try it as a concealer as well, which I don't normally do. This is so highly pigmented, seriously, seriously highly pigmented, and I know it's looking really, really white on camera, but it's so not in real life. You're just gonna have to believe me. Not sure what I think about it underneath the eyes. It emphasises my wrinkles a little bit, which doesn't usually happen with another concealer, but it's seriously pigmented, so it does cover up quite a lot. So I'm just going to go over that with a damp blending sponge just to help that not sit in the creases underneath my eyes, because it's emphasising every line. That is so much better. So underneath the eyes, definitely the blending sponge is the way to go, but over the rest of the face, unless you've got a lot of fine lines around your face, a brush is the way to go. So I'm going to set underneath my eyes and also the rest of my face with the Veil Translucent Setting Powder. The full size one of this is £42 in the UK, $46 in the US, which is quite expensive for a setting powder. If you just want to try this out and you're struggling to get a sample of this in store, then this one is the travel size version. I think it cost around about £17. I think it's something like $20 in the US. This is supposed to minimize the appearance of pores, fine lines and wrinkles. It's got light reflecting particles in here as well, so it should be really, really flattering on the skin. It gives a natural finish. And like I said, it's available in the travel size if you really don't want to buy the full size and pay £42 for a powder. Let's see if it's worth it. So I'm going to set underneath my eyes using a damp blending sponge. I'm just going to dip that in some of the powder and make your funny face and just tap that underneath the eyes. If you're going to do this, by the way, you really need to make sure you've got a very, very clean sponge. Otherwise, you're going to get bacteria in your eye, and that is not what anybody wants. I would definitely say that is smoothing. Very, very smoothing underneath the eye. So I bought the travel size version of this powder because I've been investing in quite a few powders recently. I am testing so many powders out on a daily basis to see which ones are the best for a future video that's coming up. So stay tuned for that if you're wanting to know what is the best powder for a skin that is over 35 and also over 65, because my mum will hopefully be in that video as well. She is going to be testing out quite a few of these powders to see which ones work best on her skin as well and don't make her lines or wrinkles look more exaggerated, don't make her skin look really dry. So if you're interested in seeing that video, do comment below. I do find that this powder doesn't dry my skin out throughout the day, and it also doesn't sit on the surface of my skin and look really powdery. It blends in so well and you wouldn't know that I'd got a powder on my face. So I really like the powder. So while I was in Harvey Nicks at the Hourglass counter, I was pointed in the direction of this little bad boy, and you know I am an absolute sucker for a really good mascara, especially one that looks this pretty. This is the brand new Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. It's £25 in the UK, $29 in the US, which is pretty standard for a high-end mascara. This has got a blend of hard wax and soft wax, which is supposed to make it possible for buildable, extreme volume, length, and definition. This is supposed to be smudge-proof. It's supposed to be clump-free. I can tell you I've been out in the rain in this, and although it's not a waterproof mascara, it is water resistant, shall we say, so I definitely wouldn't go swimming in this, but I didn't get black streaks down my face, and it was pretty heavy rain. This is also available in a travel size, which is great for those of you that like to carry a mascara around in your handbag. So I was super excited to try this mascara, and I've got to say, out of all the products that I've bought, this is the one that has disappointed me the most, and the one that I cannot recommend that you run out and buy, no matter how pretty this mascara looks in the packaging. It's just not great on the lashes. I'm going to show you why. Let me just curl my lashes and we'll get some of this on. Okay, so I've just finished my eye makeup. I've added a little bit of bronzer to my face because I forgot to pick up an Hourglass bronzer, duh. And I've curled my lashes, and we're going to get some of the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara on my lashes, which just a little bit deflated about, to say the least. So this goes on beautifully for the first coat. I don't find there's any clumping or sticking together, but it's definitely not one of those mascaras that goes on beautifully smoothly. So I mean, with one coat, it's really beautiful volume, and if you're only adding one coat, then this mascara might be for you, but you know how I am. I like to build extreme volume. So I'm just going to add another coat onto the other lashes. So if I just zoom you in on my bottom lashes now, you will see how they're not clumpy, but they are bobbly. There are bits of mascara that are really bobbly and round and look like, well, it does, they look a bit spidery. So I will use this mascara because, you know, I've paid for it now and I like to get my money's worth, but it's definitely not my favourite mascara, and it's not one that I would recommend that you buy, even though so many people absolutely rave about it. So I might be the only one that doesn't like this, but in my opinion, it's not worth the £25, and it was the only disappointment from all my purchases throughout the day. Okay, so let's move on to blush and happier times, because this blush is stunning, out of this world. This is one of their ambient lighting blushes, and I've gone for the shade Luminous Flush. These come in 8 different shades. Look how pretty the packaging is. Oh, this is another one a little bit like the Fenty bronzer that I'm wanting to keep in my handbag and just go, hello. It's so beautiful. It really is. Comes in 8 different shades, and like I've said, I've gone for the shade Luminous Flush. The only drawback is that this is £35 in the UK, which I think is really expensive for a blush. $40 in the US. This gives a soft focus radiance, which is so super stunning. There are no sparkles in here, but it just gives you that beautiful sheen on the cheek. Just, oh, absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you look at the actual colour that I've gone for, it actually looks like you're not gonna get very much of the pinky pigment, because there's a lot of goldy tones in here. But let me show you, because this is just, wow, yay! pigment. Oh yes. And I've learned not to apply too much of this because it can go a little bit crazy. Just apply a subtle amount. Now this is a luminous product, it's not a matte product. Like I said before, it doesn't contain any serious sparkles, but it will give you that luminous flush look. I mean, just look at that. That is so super pretty on the skin, really flattering. Comes in all sorts of different colours from cherries to peaches. Just there is a shade for absolutely everybody, and if you can only afford to buy one of these products from the list of products that I'm reviewing today, this is the one that I would suggest that you go for. It is a taste of pure luxury and it's stunning on the cheeks, in the packaging, and the packaging itself is, oh yes. Absolutely love this product and it just makes me very, very happy, as you can probably tell. Let's move on to lips. And you are not going to be disappointed with this brand new lip gloss from Hourglass. It's the High Shine Volumizing Lip Glosses. Come in packaging a little bit like this, £28 in the UK, $30 in the US. Again, quite pricey, but you get what you pay for. Look at these. Absolutely stunning packaging, and I know we shouldn't be concentrating on the packaging, but when you're buying from a luxury brand, this is what you're paying for. If it doesn't make you feel all luxurious and girly, then they are not doing their job and they are not worth it. And these are absolutely beautiful products. Come in 18 different colours. I've gone for 2 of them, one in Sublime and one in Prose. One is quite a pinky shade, the other one is more of a nudie brown. These give guaranteed hydration and intense sheer coverage, so it says on the website. I'm not quite sure what that means because how can you be intense and sheer at the same time? Anyway, excellent pigmentation in these lip glosses, which is quite rare to find because I do find a lot of lip glosses give a little bit of a meh sort of colour to them, a bit These, excellent pigmentation in here. These are a long-lasting volumizing effect without that horrible tingling sensation for a really long time. And these either come in a plain gloss or with sparkles. These are both plain. So today I'm going to go for Sublime, which is more of a nude. I really wish I'd been a little bit more adventurous with these colours because they do have some quite vibrant ones. And they're just really beautiful to wear. Bit of a minty flavour to them. And the volumizing part is not too tingly on the lip, so I really like that. Love it, gorgeous. Want them in quite a few other colours as well. Not sure my bank balance will be able to cope. So this is the final look for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have you tried any of these products? What do you think of them? Some of them have been out for quite a while, so I will be really surprised if none of you have tried any of these before. Do share your wealth of knowledge with the rest of the Pampered Wolf pack. I am in love with this foundation, but only alongside the primer. I don't think it looks as flattering on my skin if I don't have the primer on as well, which makes the foundation rather expensive. Also, I don't like it as a concealer underneath my eyes. I haven't actually tried that before. This is the first time I've been trying that foundation out as a concealer as well. And although it's super pigmented, it has creased underneath my eyes, which makes me look older than I really am. And nobody wants that. So I will probably not be using it as a concealer in future. I shall use my regular concealer, but I will definitely be using the foundation again. Super lightweight, really natural looking, very fresh, skin-like, and completely weightless. So I absolutely love that. Also, loving the lip glosses, seriously pigmented, so you can wear them on their own, or they are universal. You can pop them on top of a lipstick as well. Really nice, they feel nice, and they haven't got that horrible tingling sensation, although they do taste a little bit minty. So if you're not into mint, then they probably won't be for you. I am kicking myself for not buying the bronzer. I've no idea what I was doing when I hit the bronzer section of Hourglass. I probably had my eyes shut, but if the formula of the bronzer is anything like the Ambient brush, I have seriously missed a trick, because if I'm ever after a powder blush, this is the one that I reach for recently. It is my favorite blush. So flattering on the skin, really beautiful and luminous, and the packaging isn't half bad either. Like I said, the only thing that I've been really disappointed about within this video is the mascara, but I seem to be in a party of one where the mascara is concerned. Everybody else seems to love it. I am the only one that really doesn't. It's a pleasant mascara, it's just a little bit cumbersome to use because of the little bobbles that it creates on the lashes. If you're only wanting one coat, it's a beautiful mascara, but it's just not for me. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. It's at Pampered Wolf, all lowercase, no spaces. And please subscribe to my channel before you leave. There is a watermark in this corner. If you click on it, it will take you through to my homepage where you can subscribe. Don't forget to click on that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I upload videos on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. London time. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.